Welcome back, students. As you know that we have completed chapter 2 acids, bases and salts, and now we will discuss the exercises. Let's begin it. You can see that first one is a solution turns red litmus blue, its pH is likely to be. Now students, if a solution turns red litmus blue, then the solution is basic and its pH out of the given option should be greater than 7. So our answer going to be 10. Now the second one, a solution reacts with crushed eggshell to give a gas that turns lime water milky. The solution contain, first of all, we must know that the crushed eggshell they contain calcium carbonate, and when your metal carbonate will combine with some acid, at that time CO2 gas will be released, which is known to turn the lime water milky. That's why if lime water has been turned milky, definitely the gas is CO2. And as I told you, metal carbonate when combines with acid, then they release this gas. So out of the option NaCl, HCl, LiCl, KCl, your HCl is acid, rest are not. Now moving to the third one, 10 ml of a solution of NaOH found to be completely neutralized by 8 ml of given solution of HCl. If we take 20 ml of same solution of NaOH, the amount of HCl solution required to neutralize will be, okay, as you heard what it said, if we take double amount of same NaOH solution, the amount of same HCl solution required for neutralization should be doubled. Okay, so 16 of HCl will be required to neutralize 20 ml of NaOH. So our answer should be 16 ml. Now look at the fourth one. Which one of the following type of medicines is used for treating indigestion? Students, indigestion happens because of extra production of acid. So an acid will be neutralized by an antacid, which is a base. So option C is the correct one. Now the fifth one, you have to write word equation and then balance the chemical reaction that are taking place. Firstly, you can read dilute sulfuric acid reacts with zinc granules. So sulfuric acid, when it will react with zinc, it will form salt and hydrogen gas will release. So the reaction will be H2SO4 plus Zn gives ZnSO4 plus H2. Okay. Now next, dilute hydrochloric acid react with magnesium ribbon. Same thing, when an acid react with a metal, it forms salt and liberate hydrogen gas. So our reaction should be HCl plus Mg gives MgCl2 plus H2. Now the third one, dilute sulfuric acid reacts with aluminium powder. So the concept is same. The reaction will be H2SO4 combines with aluminium to give aluminium sulfate Al2SO4 whole thrice plus hydrogen gas. So you have to balance these chemical reaction. In case you find any trouble while balancing the chemical reaction, you must ask. Now look at the fourth one. Dilute hydrochloric acid reacts with iron filling. So students, the reaction will be HCl plus Fe gives FeCl2 plus H2. In this manner, we will write all these chemical reaction. Now let's see the sixth one. Compounds such as alcohol and glucose contain hydrogen but are not categorized as acid. So we have to describe an activity for that. Okay. Look, alcohol and glucose contain hydrogen but not categorized as acid just because they do not ionize to produce H positive ion and hence cannot conduct electricity. So for the activity purpose, we can show a setup in which we will show the solution of your both the things like glucose, okay, or alcohol has been taken in a beaker, and then we will show them as electrolyte. Then electrode will be shown, and when electricity will pass through this setup, the bulb will not glow, which signifies that this is not a conducting solution just because it doesn't release H positive ion. Okay, you can take help of the portion which I described, what is the common between acid and bases. So there this activity has been discussed with you. Now look at the seventh one. Why does distilled water not conduct electricity whereas rainwater does? Distilled water does not conduct electricity just because it does not contain any ions or any kind of electrolytes. Hence, it does not conduct electricity, but the rainwater, a small amount of electrolyte is present in the form of acid. Okay, they can be in the form of bases or some mineral. It means rainwater is not so pure. So it decomposes to release those ions and conducts electricity. Look at the eighth question. Why do acid not show acidic behavior in absence of water? Ions are produced only in aqueous medium, and presence of H positive ion are responsible for the existence of acidic property. Keeping these two things in mind, we can say that acid shows acidic behavior only in presence of water. So that's why they do not show any acidic character. Now look at the ninth one. 5 solution A, B, C, D, E when tested with universal indicator shows pH 4, 1, 11, 7 and 9. Which solution is neutral? So we know that in pH scale the 7 number is the neutral value. Definitely the substance with pH 7 is your neutral thing. So keeping this in mind, you can say D is neutral. Strongly alkaline. Alkaline means a strong base. So if you observe the pH value 11, it means C is strongly alkaline. Then strongly acidic. Acids, those are having least pH, they are considered as strong acid. So the thing which is having pH 1 means B will be strongly acidic. Now we have to tell weakly acidic and weakly alkaline. Keeping all the concept in mind, you can tell now the thing with pH 4, it means A is your weakly acidic, while the substance E with pH 9 is your weakly alkaline. Now at last you have to arrange these pH in increasing order of hydrogen ion concentration. You must know students, if your pH value is very less, then the hydrogen ion concentration is very large. Okay, so the hydrogen ion concentration will be least in C, higher in E, then D, then A, and at last B will have highest value of H positive ion concentration just because it has least pH value. So this was the concept which I have explained. Now the 10th one. Equal length of magnesium ribbon are taken in test tube A and B, and in first test tube you are reacting it with HCl, while in the second one you are using acetic acid. Okay, then the amount of and concentration of acid both are same in test tube A and test tube B. In which test tube will the fizzing occur more rigorously and why? There is a difference between acid. Let's understand what's the difference. HCl is very strong acid while your acetic acid is a weak acid. So the reaction will go same when your acid will react with metal. then salt will form and hydrogen gas will liberate. But in both the cases you can observe fizzing. In the case of test tube A where you are using HCl, there the fizzing going to be more just because you have taken a strong acid there. Now, fresh milk has a pH of 6. How do you think the pH will change as it turn into curd? Look students, your fresh milk is having pH 6. When it will turn to curd, we know that curd is acidic in nature just because your curd having lactic acid in it. Definitely the pH will go down less than 6. So this must be clear to you. Now, a milkman adds a very small amount of baking soda to fresh milk. Why does he shift pH of fresh milk from 6 to slightly alkaline? Why does this milk take longer time to set as curd? So you have heard that question. Now look students, alkaline medium does not allow milk to turn sour easily. To turn sour means to convert into curd. When milk is about to boil, there must be more effervescence due to presence of baking soda. This will be our observation. When milk is set to curd in the presence of alkali, it will not allow milk to become acidic easily. Hence, this milk will take longer time to set as curd. Okay, so the milkman has used a trick. The milkman has put some baking soda to fresh milk. This will help the milkman to sell the milk, and as I said, this will shift the pH of milk and it will take longer time to become curd. Okay, now the 13th one. Plaster of Paris should be stored in a moisture proof container. Explain why. In the previous video we studied about plaster of Paris, and as you know that plaster of Paris, it combines with water to form gypsum, and gypsum is very hard material. Okay, when our bone get fractured, at that time the doctor used this POP to set your bones. So they simply apply water and POP powder on a cotton, okay, cotton gauze, and apply over the affected area, and later on when it get dry it becomes very hard. So to prevent this condition, we have to store POP in a moisture proof container. Now let's discuss the 14th one. What is neutralization reaction? Give two example. Okay, this is a common reaction and we have studied it many times. A reaction in which an acid and a base combines together to form salt and water, and they both cancel each one's character. Okay, an acid when combines with a base, then the basic nature it removes, acidic nature removes. So that's why called neutralization reaction. We can give any example. You can say that HCl plus NaOH gives you NaCl and water. Let's continue with our last one. Give two important uses of washing soda and baking soda. So this is the simple question just because we have studied each and every salt in detail. Now let's discuss the uses of washing soda. Washing soda is used as cleaning agent. Okay, first thing, it is used to remove the permanent hardness of water. For detail you can check the previous lectures. Now, uses of baking soda. Baking soda, as the name suggests, used in bakery for baking cake, biscuit, these kind of things. It is used for fire extinguisher. It is used in preparation of soda fire extinguisher. Okay, we have discussed the functioning and working of this soda fire extinguisher. So we have discussed all of the exercises now. In case of any query, you may ask. Okay, keep learning and you must keep asking. Have a great day.